Okay, so we are talking about Phantasmal Flames Pokemon drop that just happened yesterday. A lot of people are hating on this set, and for me, it was super fun to experience it. And so I'll talk about how, the collector side of me and then also the business side of me. Both sides you'll be talking about in this video. Spoiler alert, opened up another booster box. ETB, God, man, still have yet to get what I need. What I really, truly want is the Meowth. It's also the Charizard SIR and the gold, and have not got it. None of my friends have. And they've probably opened 1 to 2 booster boxes as well. Like I said, I'm probably closer to 3. None of us have got the Charizard, which is interesting because I watch all these YouTube videos and everybody says it's super easy. It's a dead set, very easy to get the Charizard. And I've yet to meet anybody, my friend group, that have got it, and we've all tried our best. And so I'm just like, dang, everybody keeps saying it's so simple, it's so easy. And so what I think has actually happened is most people post their success, and the people who don't get the Charizard aren't really seen on the internet. Maybe they are posting like, hey, I failed, but nobody really cares. So yes, if you go on the internet, the World Wide Web, and you start to see all these people get the Charizard, you're not really seeing the thousands and thousands of people that fail as well. So that's why it's kind of like a fake sense of reality that, you know what, I personally think it's a lot harder than people are saying. As far as the store, oh my goodness, I want to thank all of you. What a great day yesterday was. It was insanely busy. I mean, I knew it was going to be busy. It's a new launch. We sold out of all the UPCs, all the ETBs. Didn't sell out of all the booster bundles yet, or the stickers just yet. Oh my goodness. I mean, it was busy, guys. You guys know I already sold out of the booster boxes because I launched those pre-release. And then I think I have 2 more booster boxes coming today. Yeah, you're going to have to be on the lookout for that. I didn't get them for a good price. I paid $250, I think, shipped. So yeah, I'll probably put them up for like $275, $280, something like that. So not the greatest deal in the world, but it is a little bit cheaper than market. Keep in mind when you're ordering stuff and you're paying shipping, if you just buy one item, shipping of $10 or $15 is rather expensive. It is. However, if you combine that with something else, you get 2, 3 items or something, and then it's 10, 15 bucks. Then it's like, okay, it's not that bad. So do keep that in mind. So let's talk about pricing. What's going on with Phantasmal Flames right now? So the UPC is going for about $218. I listed mine at, I want to say, $190, and I do think this was about $220, $230 yesterday. So technically I was about $40 under market, and I think that's why we sold out, right, so quickly. I mean, I can never do MSRP because I don't have distro, but I tried my best to get under market as close as we can. And so yeah, that was a huge success. It's holding pretty strong. I would be surprised if we get much under $200. I definitely think we will hit $200. And yeah, for sure, we probably will get under 200 a little bit. I don't think we're going to see 150. Who knows though, with the Costco restocks. Long term though, this is going to hold its value, I think, personally, but we're talking long term. I don't know what's going to happen in a month or in a week or even a few months, but long term, I think this is going to be a very desirable set, because most of the people that I have seen who have opened their UPC are complaining about the promo cards, huge chips, quality issues. So is this going to get a 10? I think there's not going to be many 10s. I think it's going to hold a lot of value sealed, but when you open it, and maybe it will, maybe it won't. It's hard to say, but I think for sure, long term, couple years from now, this is going to be a really good hold. So yeah, unfortunately I sold all mine, but wave 2, I will be getting a little bit more. And so here's the booster box price. It's about $300 at the moment. It's holding its value pretty strong, but it is day number 2. So who knows what's really going to happen long term with this one. I think something similar to what happened with Mega is probably its future, because there's not enough supply. Like, that's it, guys. It's pretty much out there. If you didn't get it, if you opened it, you don't really have another chance. At the moment, you might get some things trickled in. We might see some Target. We might see some other little things come in. But until wave 2 comes, I would expect it to stay in that 270, 280, 290, 300 range. Somewhere in there, just like we saw with Mega. And then once Mega wave 2, or excuse me, once Phantasmal Flames wave 2 comes out, yeah, we might see this go down to like 250, similar to Mega. And it's been holding about 250, 255 for Mega. So I would expect about that price. The ETB's demand is insane. I mean, wild. $100 now. I think it was 110 yesterday. We sold these for 85. And again, I think that's why they sold out so quickly. I know GameStop is charging about 70. So it's in between like GameStop and market. Pretty good, pretty awesome looking ETB. I have to say, this is one of my favorites for sure. Love the look of this. This is something for sure that I saw though with the printers. There's like little dots on them from the roller or whatever. Pretty typical with UPC, pretty typical with ETBs, the typical like little baby holes that are like from the machine, the wrapping machine. You know, it is what it is. Gorgeous though. Love this ETB. I personally think this is going to come down a little bit. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if this came down to like 90 bucks, kind of held there at like 85 or so. I am working on getting more ETBs within the next week, and then I'll probably put like a $10 markup on it, maybe 12, because the holiday season, they're charging a lot for shipping. So yeah, pretty good ETB. We'll see what happens with that. The Pokemon Center, I have yet to see any of these shipped. So this is about $300 if you include the shipping. Yeah, I haven't got any of these. I don't think I'll be getting any Pokemon Centers, but you never know. Maybe somebody's selling them off for an okay price, and I don't know. We'll see on that. This one really surprised me. The pre-sale of these was about $70. So I sold mine for like 53 or 54. I kind of forget. So I was like, yeah, I'm $15 under market. Yes, man, this is a great deal. I'm helping people out. Oh God. Yeah. Then it dropped to 50. So I was like, shit. Oh, right. So, I mean, I definitely knew it was going to come down. I don't think Mega went down to 50 that quick. So maybe it's because the market's softening and everything. What I've noticed though, if you look here, it's not a lot of supply. I think Anon mentioned this in his video that like, what are these people doing? Selling this for $50 shipped. Like, how are they turning a profit? Shipping usually is going to be $10 to $15. It really depends where you're sending these. So if they're paying shipping for you, I mean, what are they getting these for? Like 27, 29 bucks, selling them for 40, because again, you got to take out shipping, maybe even 35 or something. Are they really turning a profit? Hard to say. But once this group here goes, right, these are like smaller sellers for the most part up until about this point here. I mean, is it going to stay that low? I would be surprised. It's almost like they're pricing themselves out, but we'll see what happens. I think a similar thing is going to happen with Mega with all of this set until wave 2 happens. The 3-pack blister, yesterday this was going for $35. So I put mine for, I think, $24.99. I was $10 under market, and now, you know, it's going for $29. So we're about $4 or $5 under market. So that's interesting. We'll see what happens with this. What I noticed with these, just like any other blister, almost all of them, the card has shifted, doesn't damage it or anything. So not the greatest promo in the world. Easy way to get 3 packs plus a little freebie. We'll see what happens with this one. Now the booster sleeve has come down in price to $8.88. So not the worst thing in the world, about $9 plus or minus. Really interesting because Mega held its value much longer of launch, but again, I think it's because Bitcoin's under 100,000. The market's softening in general. The Phantasmal Flames demand is certainly still there. Don't be confused, but I think it's just a lot of these smaller people coming in. I mean, maybe not this person. This person has 10,000 sales, but I think once you get through a lot of these, like, you know, onesies, twosies, this person has 44, which sounds like a lot, but it's really not. Then you start getting into the nines, the mid nines. So we'll see what happens with this one. And this is the special illustration that I have been dying to get. It is killing me. Oh my goodness. I really want this, man. $1,400 near mint. Trying to find it by myself. I love solo self-found. If you don't know what that means, it means I opened it myself. This is still holding its value pretty well. Obviously, it's not $2,000 like it was pre-sale. Of course, it wasn't going to stay at those levels, but yeah, near mint about $1,400. Definitely think this will come down over time, but my goodness, I really want this, and I think one day I will buy it. Interesting enough, the gold Charizard is about half, or maybe slightly less than half, depending on when you're looking at it. This hyper rare, look at this, about $718. Haven't checked eBay on it because, you know, at the beginning, people are just going to overpay. It is what it is. You have to also consider overpaying is also an advantage for sure. If you get this early, you grade it with PSA, you get your 10. Well, guess what? Now you're the first one to have it. And now you make a lot more money when you go to sell it. So I understand why people were buying pre-release, why people are buying day one and stuff. Now, if you're just collecting, you're just having fun with it, be more careful with that, you know what I'm saying? But if your goal is to get it to PSA as quickly as you can, express it, the most top tier express, yes, it can turn you a massive profit if you get a 10. However, if you don't get a 10, might not be the best thing to do. So it just depends on your goals. The Meowth, very sad I have not got this card. Also very surprising that I have not got this card. It's going for about 35 bucks. I would definitely be picking this up at about $20, $15, $20 for my personal collection. I just really like Meowth. Who doesn't like Meowth? I think it's a great card. card. Correct me if I'm wrong. I want to say this was like a Chinese exclusive or something, or maybe it was like a homage to something. I don't remember, but I really like this Meowth. Either way, would love to get this Meowth, and hopefully I do get that. Okay, this Wigglytuff. I thought it was a little bit goofy, and then I got it in hand, and I was like, you know what? I really like this. I've always been more of a Jigglypuff fan, not the biggest, but definitely more of a Jigglypuff fan than Wigglytuff. And I gotta say, I like this card a lot. It's about a $15 card now. This will probably end up being like 10 bucks or something. Pretty cool card. Certainly has nothing on the Charizards, but hey, really cool still. The Charizard EX Ultra Rare, really enjoying this card. Have not found this one. It's going for about 85 bucks. I'd be surprised if it stays that high. Again, this is probably because people are grading it, taking advantage of that. Here's an SIR, which I think is gorgeous. Dawn. Love everything about this. Is it a $113 card raw long term? Probably not, right? You know, I think it'll land more in like that $50 to $75 range, but who knows? Ends Plan, unbelievably popular from Black Bolt, and that's really held its value quite well. So it could do the same. I think Dawn's pretty cool. The Mega Sharpedo, yes, 70 bucks. Have yet to find this. Again, haven't found any SIRs, which is unfortunate. About $70. Mega Lopunny, you either love this one or hate it. It's okay. It's okay for me. I mean, if I get it, cool. If not, like, I would just trade this for something that I want. Go for about 60 bucks. Rotom, it's okay. I get what they're doing. You know, it's colorful, cool. I mean, it's $42. Yeah, it's not the greatest thing in the world for sure. But if I found it, I would be excited. The UPC promo, I think this is a solid card, going for about $73. I would love to pick this up, but like I said, my personal one, I was gonna keep for me, but somebody guilt tripped me. You know, my kid, Christmas, all that stuff. So yeah, I started at Target. I only went like 30 minutes before open, so I mean, it wasn't very successful for me. I think we got like something small. I can't remember, a couple packs or something. Like there was a huge line, man, lots and lots of people waiting for that. So then I said, okay, this is kind of a fail. Let me go check out GameStop. Oh my goodness, GameStop was crazy. There were tents, all sorts of things. And this is in Virginia, if you didn't know that. So I was like, okay, GameStop's not the best. Let me try Best Buy. Best Buy was not bad, so I thought. So I was like, okay, you know, they open up at like 10. It's not gonna be the worst thing in the world. Didn't see a line, actually. And when I went over there, I saw somebody walk in and I was like, that's interesting. Usually Best Buy doesn't let you walk in, at least at my store. And then I got in, I was like, oh no way, I'm the first, right? Shouldn't have thought that. Wow, there was like 40 people in line. So I think I got a booster bundle, 1 pack, whatever they allowed you. I can't remember. And that wasn't very successful either. And so I didn't get much from that. And so then I was like, okay, this doesn't look too good, right? Opened that up, same failure rate as all the others. Went to my LGS and got 1 UPC and 1 ETB, and got really lucky. I think they got 28 of those or 26, something like that. And I was one of the last people, because again, I'm not the guy that's gonna be camping, bro. I would much rather pay market. That's just me. It's not that serious. I'm too old for that. I respect all the people who have the time. Oh, I forgot. I did end up getting 1 other ETB, which I sold to a kid because I felt bad. I felt really bad because they have these drops during the weekdays, which is when everybody's in school, and the only people who can go are like unemployed people, night shift workers, or people who take the day off. You know, you do have a lot of time. It's pretty known when these drops happen, like the 14th of November. So if you wanted, you could take leave or take time off from your job if you really want to, or call in sick or whatever. So you could do those things. But there was one kid, I was kind of listening. He was like behind me in line, and man, he was crying. I felt really bad. He was probably like 10, 11 years old, skipped school for this. There were no ETBs. I was the last person to get ETB at GameStop. Like I said, it came really late. This was a different GameStop, and I bought it and I looked at it and I saw this kid. He didn't look at me. He never asked me or anything. I said, you know what, dude? So I talked to his dad. I said, hey man, I'll sell it to you. He's like, how much? And I was like, just what I paid for it. So I gave him the receipt, and I think it was like 60, what did they charge him? $70. So with like the pro membership, it was probably like 67, 68, 70. I don't know. It was something like that. Whatever it was, I gave it to him. So that's why I didn't get another ETB. But sometimes you gotta do that, man. There's finally a kid out here. You never see kids. I never ever have seen a kid at a drop, at least on the weekday, and I can barely make it to the weekday. So really fun experience all around. I think that's what it's all about, man. It's the holiday season. You know, I know there's a bunch of people trying to get Pokemon. What I saw in my experience was not, again, children, never. It's like the same group of people that you see everywhere, right? Like, you know the type. And then I checked Facebook, and they were just selling all the stuff they bought from there, which who am I to say different? Like, do what you want. But it is a little bit sad. It would be cool if we get more people opening the Pokemon rather than like flipping the Pokemon that they just bought. But it's okay. Like, it is what it is. All in all, I really enjoy Phantasmal Flames. I know everybody and their mother's talking crap about it, saying it's a terrible set and da da da. And you know, if you're like me and you like opening Pokemon, ignore them, dude. Just have fun with it. You got to understand, like if you make a positive video and say like Phantasmal Flames, the best set ever, nobody's going to click on your video. People like negative energy. People like those negative vibes. That's what gets views, right? So that's what gets them ad revenue. That's what gets them paid. And so I'm not hating on that type of content at all. You know, you just got to understand the game that's out there. I think most people that I saw were having a good time that did end up opening their packs. I had a great time. I have multiple friend groups and Discord that we text through and other things, and we're showing our pulls, and nobody got the Charizard, but it's fun, and we're like, man, I can't wait for the next hit, you know, oh god, I can't wait to get another pack, I'm so excited, and you know, stuff like that. So it's really fun time, and just understand, man, don't worry about the negative vibes. Have your time, hang out with your kids or your girl or your man or whatever you're into, and just open up the packs, man. Ignore all the negative energy, just enjoy yourself. I think I've rambled on long enough. If you made it to the end of the video, put in hashtag tape. Hashtag tape. And then I'll actually read your comment, because a lot of trolls don't actually watch the full video. Phantasmal Flames was a good time. I don't care what anybody says, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. DJ's Poke Center signing out.